about right. That's all time. That's all time.
Derek Jeter is top 3 shortstop.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Whenever you listen to this is Tanks and Tutties, presented by Tubbs and Frankie. NFL draft wrapped up. We'll be reviewing that, mostly just our teams, but we will talk about a few things. With that being said, everything else is standard. Got a little baseball talk, and then we'll probably do a couple drafts. Did you ever figure out your little one that you wanted to do?
I don't know how I could share it. I mean, I can set up lobbies. That's pretty easy, but
okay. So we're not doing that. All right. Locks and Longshots. Last week, Locks 15-15, back at 500. Last week had the Senators money line versus the Hurricanes game 3. They lost. Thought the Oilers would bounce back game 3 versus the Ducks. They lost as well. So 0-2 on the Locks. This week, Pistons minus 2.5 on the road against the Magic. Series is 3-2. Yeah, series is 3-2. I think the Pistons are going to win this series. I don't think I'm going to have to deal. Like, honestly, doesn't affect me. Not a big basketball guy. If we lose to an 8 seed, it doesn't affect me whatsoever. But I don't know. I just think there's something got lit under their ass after that last loss. They were down 3-1, 3-2 now. Cade went off last night. I don't know. I think they win. And if they win, it'll be by 3. So we'll just ride with that. Oilers money line versus the Ducks on Thursday. They're down 3-2. Today's Thursday. Tonight. They're down 3-2. I don't think the Ducks are going to beat them. Who won the last game, actually? Yeah, they just won on Tuesday. I just don't think Edmonton's done either. I think they're going to win this series as well. They're the better team. It's just another situation, just like the Pistons. They're the better team. I don't know if the Pistons are better than the Magic, though, low-key. If the Magic had Franz.
Yeah, I mean.
If the Magic had Franz in Game 5, they probably would have won. But, just it didn't work last week. Let's run it back. Oilers are my backup team since the Red Wings haven't made the playoffs. They have the longest playoff drought now since the Sabres made it. So the Oilers are always my backup, so we'll ride with the Oilers. Long shots, 8-15 plus 5.945 units. I went 1-4 on my long shots last week, but shout out Torque. Torque Bomb Saturday back in action. We will be running it back this Saturday. Who do we got this Saturday, actually? I should be looking. Rangers at home. Ooh, it's cold in Detroit. Rockers on the mound. Out of principle, we got to run it, but it could die right here, but we got one, and all that matters is we got the first one. We predicted the weekend correctly. It happened. He hit 5 in a row. Oh, I was going to talk about that later. We'll save that for later. But yeah, Packers took a cornerback first, not an O-lineman. Jeremiah Love went 3, so that killed the other 3 that I had, and then Torque Bomb plus 450 W. This week, we're going just me. I'm doing a lot of golfing, and I was very disappointed. I'm subbing in a league. I'm subbing most likely the next 3 weeks. I subbed last week was the first week. I got out there early. This league lets you play up until your tee time. So we played 8 holes. I played fucking awesome. And then the rain started. So I threw on this rain jacket that I borrowed from a coworker. It was way too big. I played like shit. I shot a 53 in league, subbing for my buddies. We ended up winning points. But still embarrassing to go out and shoot a 53 after I was absolutely dialed. So I've got 2 long shots. We'll start with Saturday. I'm playing Saturday with my dad and brother. We're opening up the cottage this weekend. It's always tradition to go out and play. We usually do Sunday, but we're doing Saturday. Cold, but I've got over half a birdie on Saturday. I haven't had a solo birdie yet this year. I'm due for one. I've had a lot of birdie looks. I haven't had one. So I put that at about plus 150. That feels fair. I'm playing good golf right now. I'll definitely have a couple birdie putts, but I'm just saying we're going to make one. And then Monday in league, under 45.5 strokes, plus 200, only a half a unit. I need a bounce back week, though. I looked bad last week. I was playing in the rain, though, to my defense, which is funny. Actually, in the rain, I played better than when the rain stopped. And part of it's because my glove got fully soaked. My grips were cooked. But I was playing bogey golf up until the rain stopped. And I mixed in 3 triples. That's really what got me to the 53. I had 3 triples in 9 holes. So back to back. I went hole 6, hole 8, hole 9, triples. Very disappointing. I think I had one double. Everything else was all bogeys. No pars, a lot of par putts, but yeah, I'm excited. I love golfing. I'm golfing Saturday, Monday, and then I don't think I'll be golfing the following weekend. We'll be taking a week off, but I fucking love golf. We're back. Let's get some long shots out there for the golf. And that's all I've got.
All right. My locks 21, 27, and 2. We did have a good week last week, went 2-1. We had the Brewers Pirates over 7 on last Friday when the Brewers were getting back-to-back Cy Young winners. Just could not score against Paul Skeens, unfortunately. So we did not hold up our end of the bargain. The Pirates did their part, and we lost, 5-0, I think is what it was?
6-0.
6-0, yeah, just as bad. So, however, we did hit Marlins money line versus the Giants last Friday. Don't ask me the score. I don't know what it was. And then we hit Ty Simpson under 28.5 draft position. Obviously, he was drafted 13th. We'll talk about that a little bit later. This week, I'm kind of all over the board. Not a lot of lines available for Friday baseball. So I am taking 2 baseball bets. I'm taking Cubs money line versus the D-backs on Friday. This is minus 132. The Cubs are extremely hot. I believe, let me look and see if this is a home game. It is a home game for the Cubs. Yeah, I mean, Cubs are just on a roll right now. D-backs, not so much. So I will roll with the Cubs money line. And then I'm going to take Jacob Mizorowski over 7.5 strikeouts. There's not a line on this yet, but he has been absolutely tearing it up, and he gets the Nationals, who are one of the worst teams in the league. So I will be grabbing that regardless of the odds. Honestly, I wouldn't be shocked to see him get 9, maybe 10. He's kind of been sitting in that 7, 8, 9 range the last couple games. He's been looking better. We'll need him to step up tomorrow after today's game, which is frustrating. I'll talk about that in a little bit. Even though we won, just a bad day for the Brewers. So, golf, I am going to take 2 golf bets, 1 PGA and 1 non-PGA. First is going to be Scotty and Tommy Fleetwood, top 20 parlayed. This is minus 137. Obviously, tournament is already undergoing since we now record on Thursdays. Tommy Fleetwood shot, actually, he's still going. Through 17, he's 2 under, tied for 16th. And Scotty is 1 under, tied for 28th. It is a pretty weak field, surprisingly. Cameron Young is leading right now at 8 under. I would not be shocked if both Scotty and Tommy Fleetwood end up top 10. But I needed another lock, so I'm taking them top 20 at minus 137. And then I'm going to take myself. This is my second golf bet. You got me thinking about this. So I will take my own personal line under 94.5 on Sunday. I'm playing Rocky River. I don't really know if this is an accurate line at minus 110. I've kind of been all over the board with my golf recently. I started out the season, shooting like 100, 101. Granted, first couple rounds, I was with you guys, had new irons, I was drinking, whatever. And then I talked about the 88 that I shot 2 weeks ago or whatever. That was really good. Got out and played last week on Friday and played a twilight time, and I shot a 93. Granted, we did skip a hole and we were rushing, so like give or take, I didn't actually save that score to my 18 birdies just because I was like, it was all over the board. But I think I'm kind of sitting like a 94, 95 right now. I think the course that I'm playing on Sunday is probably going to be tougher, so I probably should have bumped it up to like a 96.5. But if my irons are on how I've been playing with my irons, I'll be fine. So I'm going to take under 94.5 and hope that I can shoot that. And then my long shots, 11 and 43, down 15.4 units. Honestly, I don't even give a shit at this point. I'm just going to start ripping and hopefully we hit something. So I had the Mets minus 1.5 versus the Rockies last Friday. I told you that after they broke their losing streak, they would come back, beat the Rockies. Rockies were traveling, going from a home game to an away game. It was a bad look. The Mets ended up losing outright and got swept by the Rockies. So Mets are on my do not bet list for the rest of the year. I think for the rest of the year. That could change. But if I had to go back to my do not bet list, they would be the first team on there for the year. So,
you know who's on my do not bet for home runs?
Who?
Jose Ramirez. That dude just doesn't hit home runs. I don't know if he's in a dry spell or what, but it feels like I've bet him quite a few times that he doesn't hit them.
I feel like he's got quite a few.
He's got a bunch on the year, but I think he's got two home run games.
I was going to say, I have him in fantasy, and he's been...
I'm sure he's great in
really
fantasy.
good.
He's just not hitting bombs, and I only bet bombs.
Well, I thought that's why he had been great, though, is because he had been hitting a lot of home runs. Did they not play today? No, they did not.
Pull up.
He...
Right here.
I'm going to beat you to it. He's got 6. I mean, it's not a ton.
Yeah, he's got 6, but look at the game log. So, if
he's got two home run games.
He hasn't homered since 4/19, so 11 days.
Well,
yeah, I mean,
I've been getting burned by Fernando Tatis, so
yeah, he's another one. I've tried to predict his first one a couple times.
Yeah,
he's 0.
Which I'm off of it now because I saw a video about his swing, and he changed a bunch of his swing, and
he's pushing everything oppo, right?
Yeah, I think he might be broken. But yeah, I think I'm done on Tatis. So, anyways, my other long shots last week, I had the draft top 5 exacta plus 1,400 for half a unit. That lost. And then I had Jeremiah Love over 4.5 draft position for a full unit. That also lost. So 0-3 last week, down 2.5 units. That was tough. This week, we got the Derby. I have a couple with not a ton of research that I'm going to throw out. Like I said, I don't really give a shit at this point. I'm just throwing stuff out. So first off, I'm going to take So Happy to win the Derby at 6-1. There's a really cool story on this horse. Basically, the owner had a big barn of horses that they were raising, trying to get obviously into big races like the Derby. The barn burnt down, and there was like 40 some odd horses in this. Only one horse survived, and it's this horse, who has now gone on to win a couple of the qualifying races and got in, and now is in the 8th position, I think, at the Derby, which is a very prime position for the Derby. It's like the middle of the pack, which is pretty good for Derby winners. It ends up, you get a lot of Derby winners out of the middle of the pack. So Happy is like, I think the 3rd favorite right now. But I think it's a really cool story. There's a lot behind it. There's also something about the owner's wife and her passing away. You got to look it up on TikTok. It's a really cool story. So I think there's a lot of, not to say storylines again, but there's a lot of storylines behind this horse, and it would be really cool to see it win. So, and then I'm also going to take a Derby double. So it's going to be the Kentucky Oaks on Friday plus the Derby. I'm taking 2 shots at it. So 2 winners from the Oaks, 2 winners from the Derby. I'll put a 1/10 of a unit on each. So I guess it's going to end up being 4/10 of a unit. Obviously don't know the odds on this because it doesn't really get posted until the race runs. Kind of the same with So Happy. It's 6-1 right now, but that could change. So I'm taking Always a Runner and Lovely Gray for the Oaks. Always a Runner, just a cool name. I know nothing behind this one. Lovely Gray I'm taking because it's Dave Portnoy's horse. You gotta throw that out there. And then for the Derby in my double, I will take So Happy and Commandment. Commandment is a descendant of not last year's. I don't know, a descendant of one of the horses that has won a lot of races, and other descendants of the sire of Commandment has won like 3 races. So I think there's 3 descendants of the original horse in this race. So just throwing that out there. Into baseball bets, the ones that I actually know about, I'm going to take the Brewers series money line versus the Nationals, parlayed with the Dodgers series line versus the Cardinals. This is plus 137. I'm not worried about either of these. I guess if there's one thing I was worried about, it's actually the Dodgers series money line. They've kind of been playing some shitty baseball recently. And Dalton Rushing is a complete douchebag, so I would not care if they lost.
I hate that guy.
Yeah.
He's the Diego Pavia of the MLB, and I can't unsee it.
It's bad. But yeah, I mean, both Brewers and the Dodgers are both better than the teams that they're playing. You get a full series, you just got to win 2 games. I like it. I think the Brewers obviously win the first game with Mizorowski. I could not tell you what their rotation is going to look like this weekend with the injuries that we have, so that could be interesting. And the Dodgers, they just got to get right. So full unit on that one. And then I will take Friday a baseball parlay. Yankees money line, Braves money line. Yankees are hot right now. They are also one of the better teams in the league. I think they were actually the last team to 10 losses, if I remember correctly. But the Yankees are 8-2 in their last 10, and they're going up against the Orioles. Orioles are playing 500 baseball. They're 5-5 in their last 10. Not really scaring me there. And then the Braves, the other best team in baseball. Actually, they might have been the last team to 10 losses because they're 22-10 currently. But they're 7-3 in their last 10, and they get the Rockies. So I bet against the Rockies last week. It fucked me. I'm going back to the well this week. It's got to hit eventually. There's no way that the Rockies can just keep fucking me. That's all.
All right. Draft recap then, I guess. I called it mid. I mean, I only ever really do watch the first round, and then I just watch the updates as they come through. Ty Simpson going so early shocked me, and to the Rams was even more shocking. And then it just, like, it makes me wonder, like, would Chambliss have gone way higher? Because he's better than Ty Simpson, if you ask me.
So I've seen a lot of discussion on Chambliss and did he fuck himself? Because next year's quarterback class is going to be absolutely loaded.
Right.
Because you figure Arch Manning is going to be in there, plus Chambliss, plus what's the fucking
Dante
guy?
Moore.
Isn't there a guy? Yeah, Dante Moore. There's a couple other. Yeah, probably.
No, he's only going to be a sophomore. I'm just kidding.
Who's going to be the Badgers quarterback this year? He'll probably be in there.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Oh, Billy Edwards Jr. maybe. He might be in there.
There's bigger names.
But
hang on.
No, I know. And isn't there's a chance that Chambliss might not even play this year, right?
Yeah.
So
there's a ton. So you got Arch Manning, Dante Moore, Sayan, CJ Carr, Lenora Sellers, Mayava from USC. You got Sam Levitt, DJ Lagway, Dylan Raiola, Chambliss.
So I guess the thing too is, like, if he isn't able to play this year, is he literally just going to sit out all year, or is he able to, like, hey, I'm going to go play in the UFL for a year? Like, is he able to do that?
Yeah, if they declare him ineligible, he'll be able to play UFL if he wanted to.
So, like, then my thought is, does he go UFL and then he probably can't declare for the draft at that point? Then he probably just has to be a free
Oklahoma
agent.
State has that Drew Mestamaker kid too. I'm looking at a way too early 2027 mock draft. I want to see who.
You could have thrown out Brendan Sorsby, but
yeah, that's the
tough.
Texas Tech kid.
Yeah,
bro, what did they expect? Giving, like, college age kids this much money, what are they gonna do? They're either gonna drugs, drinking, sports, like spend. There's smart ones, obviously, but then the bad ones, they're gonna spend their money. They're gonna blow their money on cars, guns, jewelry, or gambling, or drinking, or drug. Like, there's hundreds more of these guys, I guarantee. So this one's got the Lions taking an offensive guard. Shocker. And the Packers weren't listed. That's weird.
I don't think we have a first next year either.
Oh, yeah, because of Parsons.
Maybe we do. I don't really remember, to be honest with you.
Wait. Yeah, you're not listed. Let me see. Maybe I missed it. Hang on. Let me look. Find Packers. Nope. What about Green Bay? Oh yeah, Cowboys have your pick.
Yeah.
Charlie Becker, shout out. Okay. Where was I? The only other thing that we talk about our teams, mine's quick because I don't. Draft class is like when you got a Lions pick like that where you're kind of middle of the pack, it's not exciting. And like you didn't even have a first round pick. So, but Diego Pavia, undrafted, he's the first Heisman finalist in like 60 years to go undrafted.
Mm-hmm.
He was out all night the night before the draft till 5, 6 in the morning, throwing money
clubs.
at strippers, which like he knew he wasn't going to go first round. So like, so what? Who cares? But then he posted on his story, fuck the NFL. I write my own path. And that was an interesting thing to do when you want NFL teams to sign you. Apparently all of his, like literally just Johnny Manziel, just with less talent. All of his pre-draft meetings were bad. And then he signed with the Ravens. So not really going to play over there, but I mean, he was fun in college. He's just one of those college quarterbacks that like you never really thought he was going to be anything. He probably shouldn't even have been a Heisman finalist, but he was fun.
Yeah. I don't think he makes the roster.
No, he feels like a guy that I think he could make the roster, but then he just feels like he'll jump from practice squad to practice squad, and we'll keep seeing it.
Who's their backup right now? It's
Snoop Hundley.
Yeah. They're not going to cut
another quarterback
Snoop.
too. I forget who.
Yeah. I did have a couple other first round things whenever you're done.
You can go ahead.
So first off, the whole David Bailey thing was kind of surprising because all the news, like the entire week plus leading up to the draft, was like the Jets basically cut off contact with David Bailey and like ended all meetings with him. So everybody's like, oh, there's not a chance that they're going to take David Bailey. It's going to be Arvell Reese. And then they just take David Bailey, which cool, fine. Jeremiah Love. The Cardinals do it again.
Yeah.
We literally said the one position they didn't need was running back, so let's take a running back.
Not necessarily that they didn't need, like James Conner is getting old, but like you don't take a running back top 5 unless you absolutely like have nothing, you know?
Well, and like they could have gotten their defense is not good. Like there was so much defensive talent and they didn't take one. Anyways, Arvell Reese at 5, great pick for the Giants. Then paired it with Muaga, the offensive tackle out of Miami. I think the Giants killed this draft.
Muaga was a bad pick, though. Did you see the story with him?
Because of his back.
Herniated disc. Yeah,
yes and no. Like the Giants needed O-line regardless. So I would rather just take the top talent regardless of the injury and be like, all right, get your back figured out. We're not competing for a Super Bowl this year.
Right.
Like he'll be fine. I think the biggest shock outside of Ty Simpson in round 1 was Caleb Downs falling to 11.
Yeah.
And
that was a great pick by the Cowboys too. Safeties are hard to come by.
Who was it? I think I saw a video that was like the Giants wanted Caleb Downs so bad, or like Giants fans wanted Caleb Downs so bad. So then when they got to 10, they're like, let's go, we're getting Downs. And then they passed on him only for their rival, the Cowboys, to trade up and take him. Like that fucking sucks. The Chiefs trading up and getting fucking Monster Delane. That sucks for the league. Trying to think what else here.
The funny thing about the Chiefs trading up, though, is I felt like they didn't need to. Like, he was going to be there at, 10 they were at? He probably would have been there. But I guess if you got your guy, go get your guy. But no, they were at 9.
10. Yeah.
Yeah, they were at 9. And then it goes linebacker, wide receiver. And then
I mean, I think it depends on who the Browns would have went with their first pick, because Washington was going defense regardless. So I think they would have either taken Delane or Styles, whoever was there. And if both were there, then maybe one of them would have gotten to 9.
Mm-hmm.
But obviously, if the Browns were willing to trade out of it, they didn't. I mean, the Chiefs gave up a lot to move up for that. But the other things, did you see? Actually, I'll do this one first. The Patriots getting the offensive tackle from Utah, the jokes that are going around.
No.
Now they have 2 offensive linemen with super short arms. So now, like, they got a lineman because they needed a lineman, but all the criticism of the Patriots was that what's his fuck on their line is like a good lineman, but he has super short arms.
Yeah.
And then they just went and did the same exact thing.
Yeah,
so.
the dude from Clemson. What the fuck's his name? Or not Clemson, LSU. What the hell's his name?
He's another white guy. Fuck.
I know. Why can't I think of his freaking name? Will something.
Mm-hmm. Campbell. Will Campbell.
Okay. I thought it was Campbell, but I kept thinking.
Yeah.
Will Campbell.
And then the other one, Peter Woods, the defensive tackle drafted by the Chiefs out of Clemson. Did you see his draft party? And his mom?
No.
They were all in white. His mom was wearing a wedding dress.
Oh. Interesting.
It was you have to watch the videos. It is so cringy. And he like got a bunch of cars for everybody. He basically spent his entire draft check already.
I didn't know that was him, but I saw that.
Yeah. Bad look.
Draft party.
I'll be interested to see how long he lasts, but I think the only other thing, I think the Jets also had a very good draft. Omar Cooper at the back end of 30 feels like one of the better slept-on wide receivers that was available in the draft. So,
yeah, everyone's in white. His mom is literally in a wedding dress.
Yeah. It's cringy.
That's gross.
Oh, the last story. So last week when I said I wanted that wide receiver out of Georgia State or whatever, so Friday, I golf and we go out for dinner and drinks with Austin, the other guy that we met golfing. And we're sitting there watching the draft. And I was like, oh, like how many guys do you know that are getting drafted? And he's like, probably only like 2, maybe 3. And I was like, that's still pretty fucking sweet. And I was like, we're getting close to the Packers pick in the 3rd round. And I was like, yeah, I really want Ted Hurst out of Georgia State, that wide receiver. And he looks at me and he goes, what did you just say? I said, I really want that Ted Hurst out of Georgia State. And he looks at his girlfriend. He goes, did you hear what he just said? And I was like, what? He's like, that's the guy that like I'm best friends with, like waiting for him to get drafted right now. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, how, out of all people, how is it that guy, of course? So then we left after the 19th pick in the 3rd round, which was Chris Brazzell to the Panthers. We get home, I checked my phone, and Ted Hurst was the very next pick after we left, and he was so pissed that we missed it. So, yeah, that was the other fun story. But
you missed one thing. I was just looking at it. Fuck. Oh, so the Jets, like, the David Bailey pick felt, sure, he's a good player, right? But then you followed up with Sadiq at 16, who, like, it's not like you had 3.
They don't need a tight end.
No, there's so many needs on that defensive side of the ball.
But Sadiq is a monster.
Yeah, but so there was somebody that Jets fans apparently wanted. I don't remember who. But it was all within 2 minutes of each other. So the Knicks blew the lead. The Mets gave up a run to give up the lead. And then the Jets drafted Sadiq. And it was like, holy shit, this is just hell for...
I think they wanted Messidor. I think it was Messidor that they wanted. Because he went 22.
I guess we can talk about the Lions first. I really don't have much. Blake Miller was a shock. Not a shock, But I wanted Caden Proctor. I think I said on the podcast, like Caden Proctor is the only name that I've seen that I want. Dolphins nabbed him at 12. I did see after the fact that he's a developmental tackle, but he's also a left tackle.
Love that.
So Sewell already made the switch to left tackle, so we need a right tackle. This Blake Miller dude started every single game every year of his career, played in every game. Apparently his technique needs some work, but he's a great pass blocker. The run blocking needs work. That's fine. We can work with that. You got Jahmyr Gibbs. He can make something out of nothing. But our pass blocking grades last year were terrible. So I love this pick. Obviously it's a safe pick because it's a lineman. They're usually pretty all right. And then let's see if can I do round by? Yeah, I can. Okay. And then I got to look Lions. So then round 2, they trade up and they take Derek Moore from Michigan, which I don't hate. I've watched Derek Moore. He's good. I love that they finally drafted an edge to pair with Hutch, a younger edge. Like we've been throwing out there freaking just like, oh God, like it's insane the amount of just nasty DNs that we've put opposite Hutch. It is cool. I did think it was a reach. But they didn't have a pick round 3 and he was probably going to go round 3. So I don't hate it. And yeah, we'll see. But then we get to round 3. I think it was round 3. Nope. Round 4. Round 4. Where the hell? There he is. Then you followed up with another Michigan linebacker in Jimmy Rolder, who didn't really play much at Michigan. And it was like, why? Like, what's up with the Michigan stuff? And like, he's just going to be a special teamer. I don't know, man. I didn't love that pick. But I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I know what I'm talking about the NFL draft outside of round 1. Round 5, we snagged Keith Abney. This pick had me fired up. I had a lot of people online saying that this was a good pick for the boys. It was a steal that late in the draft is what I heard. According to ESPN, we took him at 157, and he's 75th overall rank. Little undersized if you ask me, 5'10", but we'll see. And I think we had one more. Yep. Then we took Kendrick Law, wide receiver. Like, why? Why are we drafting wide receivers? You traded up for Tesla last year. Tesla's pretty sweet. Let's just ride with him. But whatever. I don't past round 4. I don't really care about draft picks, honestly. Like
in this year I was the complete opposite.
And then we took a D tackle from Texas Tech. He's a monster. Didn't hate that. And I think that was our last pick. I don't think we had a round 7 pick. Oh, we did. Tyree West. Yeah, don't know. I'm not even going to try to pretend I know about him. And that was it for that. So yeah, overall, I'm cool with the draft. I think I'm excited for this year personally. Good draft, pretty decent free agency, beefed up the O-line. Don't really know what's going on with our safeties because Brian Branch won't start the year and Kirby Joseph has the knees of a 75-year-old retired iron worker. Excuse me, made myself laugh. But we were able to snag the easiest schedule out of the NFC North with 9-8. So we'll see. I think, what did I say last year? Jared Goff had 2 more years, or he only had 2 years?
No, I think you said he had.
I think he's got 2 more years before he's going to be shit. I think this year he'll still be decent. It's just the problem is he's getting to the spot of his career where he needs like a perfect pocket, and that's hard to have in today's NFL. But I like our O-line right now. We got 3 out of 5 of our O-line are proven studs. The Cade Mays, Sewell, and no, I can't call him certified. 2 of the 5 are certified. Ratledge is, yeah, I like him. I like Ratledge. So that's all I've got. I don't even know who the Packers drafted. Let me flip through with you while you talk about it.
Yeah. The Packers
can I actually get one more draft thing before you get into it? This is a quick one.
Yeah.
Jacob Rodriguez at 43 felt like a steal. When I saw he was still available, I was watching round 2.
Oh.
When I saw he was available still, huh?
Speaking of steals, when you're done.
I saw that he was still available. I'm like, ooh, Lions are next. I was like, I wouldn't hate Jacob Rodriguez. Boom, Dolphins grabbed him. I was like, you son of a bitch. That felt like a steal. He's a stud.
Yeah, speaking of steals, I think Jermod McCoy is going to end up being the steal of the draft. And I get all of the red flags about his knee injuries and everything, and it looks really bad. But right now, he's healthy. And if he stays healthy, which is asking a lot considering how bad the knee is, if he stays healthy, he is going to be an absolute stud. And somebody got him in the third, fourth round. Like he is going to be good. I fully understand why he dropped as late as he did. But man, I really wish the Packers would have gotten him. Actually, I don't know if we were able to. I don't remember if that was the third or the fourth that he went in. I really wanted him, especially where we were with the draft at that point. Anyways. The Packers actually, I have a theory about this. The Packers actually drafted to need this year for the first time in forever. And the Packers minor league team, the Dolphins, quite possibly had one of the worst drafts of all teams. So part of me is wondering who was actually in control of the draft in the Packers war room the last couple of years, because now there's a front office change and the draft is actually good. I'm not saying that our drafts have been bad, but
how mad were you that Terrell and Pons went before you had your pick?
Dude, I was so pissed when I saw the Jets got Pons. I was like, fuck.
That would have been a good pick.
But I will say, after watching tape on Cisse, I think that's how you pronounce his last name, he looks fucking awesome. And
he looks awesome in their tape, though. No, not to rain on
yeah,
the
that's true. But. No, that is true. But one of the big things that they said about him, first off, he's fast as fuck, which is really cool. But apparently, he's a very good run stopper as a cornerback. Like he comes up to help on the run a lot, and it does. He's been really good at it, which I feel like our run defense has been god awful. So I will take anybody that is willing to step up and help stop the run at this point. Chris McClellan, I'm not as high on him, but I understand the pick. He's a body to fill a hole on the D-line and basically replace Rashawn Gary. If you can do anything in the fourth quarter, you're a better fit than Rashawn Gary was for our team. If you can get more than half a sack, you're probably better than Rashawn Gary at this point for us. And McClellan does have a really high RAS score, which I've been very in on RAS scores, the raw athleticism score thing. He's like 320 pounds, so he's massive, but he doesn't look big. He's just a freak of nature. So I really like that. I don't think he's really going to be like a super developmental player where we'll have to develop him a lot. I think we'll see him right away this year. But it's not going to be like playing 70% of snaps. I think it's going to be like you'll see him in for a handful of snaps throughout the game and just hope that he makes a contribution there. So it wasn't like a flashy, but it filled the needs there.
Hey,
the Danny Dennis.
What do you think of Jordan Morgan? And I'll explain why after you give me your thoughts.
I have mixed feelings on him. I hated the pick when we made it. Yeah, I hated the pick when we made it because I hate drafting an O lineman that you have to develop. Like that just doesn't make sense to me, especially when we were in the situation we were. Like we had Jordan Love at that time. He was probably 24. So like you have a 24-year-old quarterback who's in like his second year at that point. You need linemen and you're drafting a developmental lineman. Like that just didn't make sense. He's gotten better. He's not like all world talent. Like he does the job, but it's not like if somebody offered something for him in a trade, I'd be like, okay, whatever. Like I'm not hurt to lose Jordan Morgan. I don't know. I mean, he's made strides. So
the reason I ask is because that's Blake Miller's comparison, and I don't think I love that.
Yeah, no, that's not a great comparison.
No.
Back to the Packers draft. I do really like this Danny Dennis Sutton out of Penn State. I think he not necessarily that he fell. I think defense was loaded. But he was also a monster at Penn State. Back-to-back 8.5 sack seasons. Played in a superior conference. Like I really like what he looks like. He also has a super high RAS score. I think it was like a 996, which is insane. Basically grades out as like one of the most athletic players in the draft, which is super cool. So I think that could be a little bit more developmental, especially being an edge rusher. Like we don't have a huge need for edge, but like kind of we could use somebody on the opposite side of Parsons. Yeah, I think he'll be fun to watch as he develops. Jaeger Burton, it's a center, but he's kind of a beast. I don't think he allowed a sack at Kentucky last year, which says a lot considering he was going up against SEC defenses. So that's really cool. We definitely need center at this point. We'll see how it pans out. I think we traded up for that, which is weird.
You can beat him with a bull rush.
Well, our guards are strong, so I think our guards are strong, if I'm remembering correctly. Yeah, you just have to get creative, see what Matt LaFleur can do. I don't know if he's going to be starting because I'm pretty sure we have a center on the roster, but I'm not sure who it was. Packers depth chart. Sean Ryan. Yeah, so Sean Ryan's good. He's not great. He's the one that took the penalty in the playoff game that fucked us. So that hurts me. But 6th round pick, Damani Jackson. I don't know a lot about him. I know he was on Bama. He wasn't great last year.
You got a chance.
Yeah, that's the thing is like you took a dart throw, and for taking a Bama corner in the 6th round, I can't complain about it at all. And then my favorite pick of the entire draft, Trey Smack, our 6th round kicker out of Florida. Dude was a beast in college. I actually love this pick.
Be your favorite pick?
No, definitely not my favorite pick, but I do really like it. Like, not very often do you see a kicker get drafted. He was probably one of the more fun, better kickers in college. And how can you complain about a kicker with the last name Smack? The memes and the puns that have been coming out of it are great. You just got smacked by Trey Smack. He was hitting 56-yarders in college, 82% field goal percentage, 10 for 13 on attempts over 50. Like, this screams. No, I'm not going to say it. Next up, that's all I'll say.
Kind of wild that the only kickers drafted were both from Florida, punter and then the kicker you guys took.
Yeah.
I should say the only special. Oh, no, I'm sorry. MSU's punter got drafted. That's cool.
We now have 3 kickers on the roster, I believe. So,
little position battle.
Brandon McManus.
See ya.
Oh, Trey Smack is actually listed as our starting kicker right now.
Well, of course, you just used the draft pick on him.
Yeah. You never know.
All right. Well, that's your NFL draft talk. We can go quick. I need to eat food. What?
Who was the last pick?
Oh, yeah.
Who was Mr. Irrelevant this year? Who was... Oh, that's the other thing. Garrett Nussmeier, Chiefs.
Red Murdoch.
What a
linebacker
name.
Out of Buffalo.
Red.
It's kind of wild and not talked about enough that Brock Purdy was Mr. Irrelevant.
Mm-hmm.
That's insane.
Wait, was he? Are we sure about that? I thought he was a 6th rounder.
1,000,000%. I'm looking at it right now. Pick 262, 2022. It's wild.
Also, I do think it's funny. I think this is my last draft thing. Kalikmanis out of Rutgers getting drafted before Diego Pavia is such a slap in the face.
Yep. Same with the Texas Tech dude that got drafted. He's not that good.
Yeah. Did the Lions bring in anybody interesting?
Not that I saw. They signed like a D lineman and a DB, but nothing crazy. Nothing notable.
The Packers brought in Josh Jacobs' brother.
Nice. I never saw the video of Deuce Vaughn's dad calling him to draft him. That was pretty cool.
Oh, I didn't see that either.
That was years ago, but it just popped up. Let's get on our MLB talk and then wrap here. I just have one thing on the Tigers. Two things. We're really good at home, really bad on the road. And the other thing is fuck Kenley Jansen. That's the other point. In last year with the Angels, 29 saves, 1 blown save, Kenley Jansen. You want to take a wild guess at who the blown save was against?
The Red Sox.
It was a brain teaser. It was the Tigers. Gave up 4 runs, bottom of the ninth to the Tigers to lose, or top of the ninth to lose to the Tigers. Yeah, so now this year, I'm not going to lie, he started well. He's got 2 blown saves in the last 3 games. He had 6 saves and 1 blown. It was early in the year, though. And now he's got 2 blown saves, both on the road, both walk-offs. Both walk-off home runs, too, I think.
Nuked by
Matt Olson.
Matt Olson, too.
Fucking crushed. No doubter about it. As soon as he walked that first guy, I was like, yep. I told Seth, I said, game's over. She goes, no, it's not. We're up. I'm like, no, you don't understand. This game is over. And then she's like, well, how'd you know? I'm like, you just get a feeling sometimes. Like, this fucking guy, I just bitched about it for the first time last week. Austin found a text from fucking a year ago where I shit on him. And yeah, turns out
that's light. Shitting on him
is
a light word.
My source close to the Tigers tells me that Kenley Jansen is a douchebag. He didn't show up for. I don't remember. This is good though. I'm going to fudge the facts so it won't incriminate this person. It was a media day. I think it was for pictures like on the Jumbotron or whatever. And he was an hour late. And then he showed up and left right away because he didn't like how his beard looked, and he didn't show back up for 3 hours. He had the whole social team waiting for 3 hours so he could get a beard trim. Kind of fucked.
Shout out that person.
So yeah, I'm out on him. I really don't understand why he's still our closer or why he was ever the closer. Because honestly, he started the year well. I'm not going to sit here and lie about it. But you've got help me out with his goddamn name. He's the setup right now from the Nationals. We got him last year. Finnegan. Dude, he's given up like 1 earned run since joining the Tigers. Why is he not our closer? I love that we took Will Vest out of the closer role. He doesn't have whatever he had last year. But it should be Jansen in the 8th, Finnegan in the 9th, keep Will Vest in the 7th or the 8th on, off days, whatever. Like, AJ Hinch sometimes confuses the shit out of me. But the problem is I used to bitch about him not using Kerry Carpenter enough. And now I'm starting to see that he was right about Kerry Carpenter because when he has consistent ABs, he sucks ass. He's better as off the bench to hit a nuke. Yeah, Kerry Carpenter just can't hit a lefty to save his fucking life. It's like me betting lefty in the show. Like, Kerry Carpenter just freezes. But I was telling Frankie before the show, like, I love being in AL Central because we're 16-16. It feels like we're fucking ass and we're first in the Central. So we'll be able to squeak our way into the playoffs, probably lose in the ALDS again, and then lose Scooble, and then it's over. Somebody posed this question to me at work today, or maybe I saw it on Twitter. I can't remember. But how many more games do we lose if we don't have Scooble and McGonagall? It's kind of wild.
Oh, a lot.
A lot. Because Scooble...
I was shocked that you guys even kept it close yesterday, because I thought after the first inning giving up 2 with Scooble, I was like, oh,
Scooble locked in, we scored 2 pretty quick, and then Riley Green hit the go-ahead, and then Jansen just had to fuck it all up. But honestly, like, not to defend Kenley Jansen, but it was 3-2 since the 3rd inning, and it got all the way to the 9th, 3-2. Like, there's time for your offense to put up some insurance runs there, and they don't, because the offense is dog shit. But we're not at sit here and scream at the camera yet. We're still 16-16. We're also 10-2 at home. We're coming home for a homestand this weekend against the Rangers. Are the Rangers good? I don't really know.
You guys are pretty much the exact same team.
Okay, perfect. That should bode
500
well.
ball, 500 in your last 10.
Yeah, I bet you they I bet you the Tigers win this series. I don't think we've lost the series at home yet.
You guys are favored pretty heavily, I think.
Yeah, we should be. That was the thing, too, though. We go down to Atlanta, and you've got Casey Mize, Skubal. Oh, that was the other thing about the Tigers. You had Casey Mize, Skubal, and Valdez. Skubal didn't get a loss, but they lost that game. The Casey Mize game, he was fucking cruising. He had 30 pitches at the end of the fourth inning, and he gets fucking hurt. Like, that's the other thing is the injuries, dude. Casey Mize leaves the game hurt. Skubal, they said he had to, like, pause the game, and they looked at something in his arm or something. I don't remember. I didn't watch that game or that part. And then Javi Baez, like, might have popped his Achilles on a bang play at first.
I don't know about that. It looked more like his knee, but
people are saying it's a sprained ankle. But I swear to God, I watched that video 100 times. I saw it pop. Which
it was bad.
Is Javi Baez that good right now? No. Is he fun to have on the team? Yeah. I still enjoy a Javi like randomly getting a hanging slider somehow and taking it 450 deep left center. That's still a good time to me. But the Tigers feel like they're in the same situation as the Lions, where like the Lions got maybe 2 years to do it, but I feel like no, they're not though, because we got Max Clark, we've got what the hell's that other guy's name? Rayner. I saw some clips of him though. They fucked his swing up. I don't know what they did to him. Max Clark also was 0 for like 16 after we talked about him being on a tear that one episode.
He also dropped a super easy pop-up to lose a game.
Yep. So I don't know if we're gonna see him. I told somebody, I can't remember if I said it on the podcast or if I just said it, but I told somebody he was going to be up in a week because I saw he wasn't in the Mud Hens lineup, and then he nowhere near. So it just like,
I think you might have said that
like,
last week.
Either this year at the deadline, go get a bat, or like call up Max Clark, because yes, he can hit the ball. Is he going to have some errors that I'm going to probably rage about? Yeah, but he can hit the ball. He's young. He's fun. I don't know. It's a frustrating thing when I feel like the Tigers have a good team. They're just not playing well yet. But we're a good team full of average baseball players. Like it's Moneyball, but less cheap. Dingler's awesome. I love Dingler. Colt Keith also. I don't know why he's not an everydayer. He's tearing it up right now. I got to deal with Torkelson, who redeemed himself. He hit 5 in a row.
So I saw something on Keith. What is it? He's like literally only hitting singles. It's like he's hitting like he's got a high batting average, but he's literally only hitting singles. I think is what it was.
Hey, but he gets on base.
It's fair.
Riley Green is surging a little bit too. Like it feels like we're right on the cusp of it.
Colt
Glaber
Keith
though has
batting.
been disappointing.
Oh.
I think Glaber's got he had some ridiculous stat about his walks. Like he sees the ball so well, but it feels like sometimes he's afraid to swing.
So Colt Keith is batting .326. He's got an OPS of .756. Out of his 30 hits, 23 have been singles.
Yep.
He also has 19 strikeouts in 92 at-bats, so that's actually pretty low. He only has 6 RBIs and 4 walks. So, yeah, I mean, he's hitting singles, and that is literally it. And there's nobody on base for him to hit in.
They just need another like 5-game win streak. That came at such a good time. We were below 500. We hit a 5-game win streak to get above 500, and now we've been dancing at 500. Like we need a 5-game win streak starting this weekend. I need to see Jack Flaherty in the fucking bullpen too. That's the other thing. That dude needs to go to the bullpen.
Who's going to pitch?
It's a loss when Flaherty's on the mound.
Who's going to start?
I don't fucking know anymore. Actually, we just lost Mize. Okay. So Montero, Skubal, no particular order, obviously. Montero, Skubal, Valdez. Bring back Melton. I don't know what they did with Melton. Bring back Melton.
Like, didn't he? He's injured, isn't he?
I don't know.
How long is
Job?
How long is the old man out?
Verlander's been on the 15-day IL for 45 days. I don't want to see him on the mound. I'd rather see Flaherty than Verlander.
Yeah, I gotta go to your roster now.
I gotta look at
Drew Anderson.
Pitchers with the fucking Mudheads.
Brennan Hannafy, Tyler Holton.
Those
yeah,
are
you
all
guys
relievers.
got shit. No, I know. I'm just looking at your roster right now.
Let me look at the Mudheads. Who we calling up? Who we calling up? God, what even are cookies?
Where's Sawyer Gibson Long? Is he injured too?
No, he's active with the Hens.
Yeah, I mean, you guys need a pitcher too, though.
This guy's terrible.
I might have to. Who's the worst team in the Central right now? I might have to bet them to win it, like I did last year.
Probably the Sox.
Got to be the Royals, right? Yeah, the Royals are.
Is it the Royals?
I have the Royals in my World Series future that I didn't bet.
Dude, it's kind of wild to me that Royals. Farm system rankings can put the Tigers are what, top 5, top 10. Our fucking AAA team is trash.
Yeah, but if you have one really good one, it gets.
Well, yeah, we got Max Clark and Rayner, and then the other dude that broke his arm. But
yeah,
Max Clark is batting 300. Bring him up, dude. What are you gonna lose? It's gonna be the same thing as McGonigal. All right, anyways, that's it for me. I gotta let you talk about your Brewers. Still same as last week. Can't hit.
Well, no. So it was actually a decent, somewhat decent week. 4-6 in the last 10, but we're not in last place in the division anymore. We jumped the Pirates, who have gone 3-7 and are on a 5-game losing streak. So that's tough for them.
5-game losing streak since they beat you.
Correct. Yes.
Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Nope.
However, the Brewers are hitting again, and we did see a position player pitching against us twice in the series against the Diamondbacks this week. So that was good. We won 13-1 today and 13-2 on Tuesday. However, the bad news today was Brandon Woodruff left after an inning and a third. His velos were 92.5 average this season. He didn't top 87 today, so not looking good. And then apparently after he came out, he said, yeah, my arm just felt dead, which is basically a death sentence for baseball players when they say my arm was just dead. Dead arm is atrocious. So I guess we'll probably see Logan Henderson soon, which is good. But I would hate... I personally, if this is truly a severe injury for Brandon Woodruff, I think his career is done. He already has battled, the shoulder injury that basically cost him 1.5 years. And now whatever this is going to end up being doesn't look good. I guess the other good news is Chourio and Vaughn are both out on rehab assignments. It sounds like they're supposed to be back as soon as next Monday. So the trade deadline is coming early. It would be really nice to get them back in the lineup because we're kind of mixing and matching first baseman. And then I hate having to watch a combination of Brandon Lockridge, Greg Jones, and Blake Perkins in the outfield. So please get me Jackson Chourio back. Please. Trying to think what else. So Munetaka Murakami, this will relate back to the Brewers. Obviously, he's been mashing the ball. Have you seen any of the videos of his home runs this year? Mm-hmm. So there's been a couple that are a little suspect. He hit one, I think it was over the weekend. It was 95 miles an hour off the bat and 42-degree launch angle. Went out. He was reaching for it. It was the slowest hit and highest launch angle ball hit to ever go for a home run. And he did that in Arizona a couple weeks ago as well, where he basically hit a pop fly to left field that somehow got out. And everyone's like, are they just feeding him juiced balls to jack up ratings of holy shit, this international player that came over is a fucking beast. And then I saw a rumor this week that I don't know if it was actually from a reputable source or not, that the Brewers should be interested in pursuing Munetaka Murakami at the trade deadline, because we all know that the White Sox won't be competing and will be looking to trade everything that they can, and the Brewers have a massive need for a third baseman, especially a power hitting one. And if he's hitting out balls like that in Chicago, he would be mashing in Milwaukee. And that would be fucking awesome if we could ever get Munetaka Murakami, but I know we won't. So
that dude, it'd be the biggest trade of all time if they trade him right now.
Oh yeah. 20. I'm gonna guess 26, maybe 28.
26. Bravo.
Nice.
Aye.
I don't think there's anything else Brewers wise. The prospects are lighting it up, and I'm pissed because they played Charlotte last week, the AAA team, and I could have went and saw Quinn Priester get a rehab start, and I didn't because it was like a Wednesday game. And then I was like, oh, maybe I'll buy tickets for the weekend, and I didn't. And I'm pissed because I could have watched the Brewers AAA team. So
did you know that he hit 56 home runs in 2022?
Yeah, he's a monster. He was like the best card in MLB The Show last year. Or maybe it was 2 years ago. It was it was 2 years ago. It was the WBC series.
That's insane. All right, we got to wrap. I got to piss.
No draft?
No draft. Going? We've already gone an hour. Huh?
Oh, that's what I was asking, was how long we'd gone.
Yeah, it's been an hour. All right, with that being said, have a great weekend. Sit some tanks, store some tutties. We'll see you next week.
Peace.